Hey guys, this is Jonathan from Fitness for Freedom. Today we are going to show you some shoulder stabilization exercises. Once you've improved the mobility of your shoulder, it's really important that you strengthen the shoulder stabilization muscles around the shoulder joint to help you maintain that range of motion. Okay, so we're going to go through some exercises or some strengthening exercises to help you do that, starting with arm circles. Now, what I like about arm circles is that they're not necessarily great for strengthening the muscle, but what they are great at is helping you get used to using your shoulder blades and getting your shoulder blades to move through their full range of motion. Because most people who have shoulder issues have shoulder blades that are sort of stuck to their body and they're not able to move. So this warms the muscle up and gets you moving through your shoulder blades. Now to do this properly, really push your shoulder blades apart as you're going forward and really squeeze them down and back as you're going backwards. And then once you've done 12 or 15, then you go back the other way, pushing your shoulder blades apart as you go forward and squeezing them down and back. Okay, and by really focusing on that shoulder blade movement, you'll actually notice that it's quite tiring for your upper back, which means that it's actually working those muscles really well as well. Okay, so the first pure strengthening exercise that we're going to talk about is the shoulder fly. So what I like about the shoulder fly is that it's very good for strengthening your medial deltoid and a little bit your anterior deltoid, which is often a neglected part of most people's strength training routines or strength training programs. Okay, so the shoulder fly just basically looks like this. Now, you can change the angle of your elbow. The straighter your arm is, the harder it's going to be. The more bent it is, the easier it's going to be. Now, I recommend when people are first starting out to just have a partial bend in their shoulder, okay? And this gets their anterior deltoid working as well as their medial deltoid, okay? So, but if one of those angles hurts your shoulder too much, like some people will have some sort of a shoulder impingement or it'll hurt a lot if they keep their arms straight. And if that's the case, keep your elbows much more bent, okay? And that'll make it a much easier, more comfortable exercise for you to do and strengthen your shoulders. And now we're going to look at some shoulder stabilization exercises, which we'll do on the floor. The most common exercise that I like to recommend people do to help strengthen their shoulder stabilization muscles is the T to I raise, okay? So to do this properly, what you're going to do is lay down with your forehead down on the floor. You can also do it on a bench. I prefer the floor just because I think it forces you to use your shoulder blades a little bit more, okay? With your hands down close to your hips, and you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades down and back and lift your arms up and rotate your thumbs up so they point to the ceiling as you do it. And that'll help you focus on really using your shoulder blade muscles. Now, as you're doing this and you're feeling it, as long as you're not feeling anything in your upper traps and up into your neck, then I want you to slowly start bringing your arms higher into more of a T, okay? And what you're going to do is keep raising your hands higher so that you're making a closer to a T shape until you are making an actual T shape. And as long as you're not feeling any strain in your upper trap muscles, then you can go up higher, up until where I am right now, which is just below shoulder height, okay? So this is sort of the maximum height you would go for a T raise. And if you can do everything okay here, it is at this point that you'll start adding weight to increase the difficulty of the exercise, starting with half of a pound or 1 pound, a very light weight, because it makes even a small amount of weight makes that exercise very challenging to do. Okay, so move from an I raise to a T raise to help increase the difficulty and the shoulder blade muscles. Now, once you can do that exercise relatively effectively, then what I want you to do is to go to the low trap punch. Now, what the low trap punch does is it's going to strengthen your low trap muscle, okay? You're going out in a Y like this, like your arm's an airplane and it's taking off, and then I want you to touch your hands behind your back like this, okay? And so that's going to help stretch the muscles on the front of your shoulders, and then when we come out like this, it's going to strengthen the muscles in the upper back, in your upper back behind your shoulder blades, so your low trap muscle. Okay, and by doing this, it's a very dynamic exercise, and it's a great way to help strengthen your upper back muscles, as well as improve your posture and your shoulder mobility at the same time. So doing 12 reps or so of that exercise will be very effective for you. Again, if you get to 15 and it's okay, then I recommend adding weight, 1 pound half a pound, 1 pound, max 2 pounds when you're first starting out until you get comfortable, and then you can slowly increase the weight from there. If you have any questions about shoulder stabilization exercises, please leave them in the comments box below. If you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please subscribe to our YouTube channel because we deliver content just like it every week. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time.